I'd gone home for lunch at work and got back, felt the need to go to the toilet and passed rather a lot of blood, which shocked me. So I had quite a few drinks of water just to fill my bladder and make myself go again, just to check. Again, there was a load more blood. So I got on the phone and arranged to see the doctor that evening, and he gave me some tests, sent me for blood tests and so forth, and arranged all the other tests that I was going to have leading up to it. It wasn't mentioned that it might be cancer. He said possible stones and different bits and pieces that might be causing me to bleed, and I hadn't even thought of cancer at the time. But then he arranged all the different tests, and was then told, to say, eventually, that I was diagnosed with cancer. Once I'd been diagnosed with the cancer, I saw our nurse, Alison, and who explained what was what. I had to arrange for a biopsy, have a deep biopsy to make sure it was stayed within the bladder. I hadn't gone any further. And as soon as that was confirmed, we arranged to start my treatment, which was the BCG treatment. And I was in fairly quickly after the biopsy. I started my first 6 weeks, which was 1 day a week. And once I'd finished those 6 weeks, I had to wait 8 weeks and then go and have a biopsy under general anaesthetic to find out how the treatment had worked, what to continue. And then 3 months after that, it was done 3 monthly, the treatment. And the same sort of thing went it was 3 weeks, 1 day a week, and then 8 weeks after each of those, have another biopsy under general anaesthetic and see how we're going. And I think it was after I'd done 2 lots of 3 months, then moved to 6 monthly, and went to see a consultant after the biopsy on that, who actually told me that what was actually left was now non-malignant, which made me feel good. And to carry on with the treatment, because just to clear up the patches that were still within in the bladder, which is what I'm trying to do at the moment. It makes you want to go to the toilet quite a lot. It burns like mad when you do go. As I'm told to do, is take lots of drinks of your water, try and flush it out. It sort of builds as you go along, gets quite intense, but it does ease off, and the periods of going to the toilet ease, but it's quite tough going, lose sleep at night, constantly getting up, going to the toilet. But,
and you get flu symptoms when you've
when
had the treatment?
When I first had the treatment, yes, I had flu achiness, and hot and cold, lasts for a couple of days, but mostly is going to the toilet very frequently. Take paracetamol for the first couple of days, which I actually start the paracetamol before I start my treatment, so that I've got it in my system, and that helps to ease some of the aches on it. Going to hospital, get on the bed, catheter is put in, and the BCG put into the bladder, and lay there for an hour. Carole has the newspaper, and do a bit of the crossword.
We do the crossword and read you a gardening book, read articles from the gardening book.
While away at a time.
To me it seems a long hour, but to you it doesn't,
it goes quite quickly from my point of view. Dressed and home, and hopefully wait for another hour without having to go to the toilet. Then need to go to the toilet obviously by that time, because it's getting quite sort of burny, and I have to use bleach down the toilet afterwards because of being a live vaccine. It's going into the sewage, and have to leave that in there, say, for 20 minutes before you can flush the toilet. When I was speaking to the consultant, he mentioned carcinoma and started showing me pictures on his computer screen, but effectively it went straight over my head. I was stunned, but it was actually that. I'd had it in the back of my mind, a possibility, but I suppose I felt reasonably upbeat it was going to be something else. So I came out of his room totally void of any sort of feeling. I didn't know what to say, so I got Carole and...
His face was ashen. It's just...
She said, "Oh, what's up, son?" I just sort of pulled her to come with me, and then said, "You know, it's cancer." Got outside hospital, then became very emotional, scared. Well, you know, the first thing you think of is a death sentence. Then sat in the car, composed ourselves, went home. My son and my daughter were due to come in lunchtime, so sort of let them have some lunch, and broke news. And then we had a call from Alison, the nurse, to go up and see her, and she sat and explained all about it.
She was brilliant, really brilliant.
Had a booklet as well, and went through the booklet with me and so on and that. And I suddenly felt, you know, okay, I've got a chance to fight it, and sort of arranged. That was when we arranged the first deep biopsy to make sure it was contained within the lab, so that I could start the treatment. If
it hadn't been contained, you might have had to lose your bladder.
I don't know. Yeah, that was a possibility that the consultant had said as sort of the right, sort of the last resort, that you would have to lose the bladder, so on that. But fortunately, it's not the case. Yeah, everybody's
terrific support.
The family and friends have been great, all encouraging, and all saying they're thinking about you. Mine's going for treatment.
Neighbours said if I needed any
offering
lifts anywhere or anything like that.
Yeah,
if you weren't available.
No, it's
people were really
good.
Brilliant.
I went to work, told my immediate manager, and he sort of gave me a big hug. Said, "I'm not going to treat you any differently." And I said, "Thanks, I appreciate that." He said, "But if you need to walk out just to catch your mind, breaths on that, do so. Don't worry about it." And I found the more people I sort of spoke to about it, the easier it became to accept it and get on with it. And everybody's been absolutely great.
Even we've had people that know someone that's had it and have been cured, and that sort of thing, which was great. You know, the more people you tell, the more you get back from information-wise and that from other people.
As hard as it gets at the times, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is apparently quite a good success rate for curing it, and just keep going. It's got to be worth it at the end, just to get rid of it.